Most people think the Egyptian afterlife is simple. You die, you meet Anubis, you get judged. But the real myth is far darker and more complex. The journey through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, is not a gentle passage. It is a grueling gauntlet through 12 terrifying realms, a series of trials where a single mistake can erase your soul from existence forever. Before we journey into the darkness, tap that like button and comment down below to help this story reach more mythology fans around the world. Your journey begins the moment your heart stops beating. Your car, your life force, rises from your physical body, disoriented and unsteady. You open your spiritual eyes to an endless, oppressive darkness. Before you lies a shoreline of black sand and a silent, dark river. This is the waters of death. You are not alone here. Other spirits drift beside you, their forms flickering like faint flames. Some whisper desperate prayers, while others are frozen in sheer terror. Soon a boat emerges from the gloom, gliding silently across the water. The ferryman does not speak. He simply waits. You board, and the river carries you away from the world of the living and into the first hour of the Duat. As you enter, the reality you once knew dissolves. The sky burns a menacing, constant red. Mountains float upside down in the void. Time itself seems to bend and twist into impossible shapes. The path forward is never straight, always treacherous. Your first true test awaits you at the gate of Akka. Two imposing lion gods guard the threshold, their gazes piercing the very essence of your being. They do not ask your name or your deeds, they simply stare into your soul, searching for the slightest hint of cowardice. If fear consumes you, if your resolve shatters, they will crush your spirit before you can even take another step. Your journey ends here, in oblivion. But if your courage holds true, if you face their gaze without flinching, the great gate swings open, granting you passage into the second hour. The next realm is a writhing nightmare, a domain filled with serpents, but these are not ordinary snakes. They are cosmic beings, ancient and vast. The most terrifying of all, Apep, the embodiment of chaos, coils through the darkness. This monster is so enormous its body touches the distant, twisted horizon. Apep despises all order, all life, all creation. Its sole purpose is to unmake the universe. Every soul that enters this hour is tested by primal terror. If you falter, if you give in to the overwhelming dread, Apep will swallow your essence whole, and you will simply vanish, as if you had never been. Surviving the Serpentess realm leads you to a landscape that seems even more daunting, the Lake of Fire. But this is not a place of punishment, as you might expect. It is a crucible of purification. The flames are not of this world. They are composed of divine energy that peels away the layers of your mortal life, stripping away your lies, your pride, and your self-deception. Souls who cling desperately to their falsehoods and earthly vanities are consumed by these flames, burning away into nothing. But those who can accept the raw, unvarnished truth of who they were are cleansed, passing through the fire unharmed and emerging purer on the other side. It's in the fifth hour that you finally encounter the iconic figure of the underworld, Anubis. He stands tall and silent, his jackal head a stark silhouette against the surreal landscape. His very presence freezes everything around you in an aura of solemn judgment. He reaches out and takes your heart from your chest. Not your physical heart, but your spiritual one, the IB. This heart is the complete record of your life, a living library of your existence. Every action you ever took, every intention you ever held, every hidden thought you ever had, it's all there. Nothing can be concealed from the gods. You are then led before the great scales of Mat. The moment of final judgment has arrived. On one side of the scale, Anubis places your heart. On the other, he places a single, pure white feather, the feather of Mat, the goddess of truth, balance, and order. The scales begin to move. If your heart, weighed down by sin and selfishness, is heavier than the feather, your fate is sealed. You are immediately fed to Ammit, the devourer of souls, a terrifying creature with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. This is not death. This is total annihilation. Your soul is undone, unmade, erased from all existence. Nothing of you remains in any world, but even if your heart proves to be lighter than the feather, your perilous journey is far from over. This is what most people forget. Passing the scales only grants you the right to continue. You must still travel through the remaining 7 hours of the Duat. Each hour holds its own guardians and its own trials. There are serpents with fangs that drip burning venom. There are spirits that scream your deepest regrets back at you, forcing you to confront your past failures. There are enchanted gates that will only open if you can remember ancient, forgotten truths and sacred words. You will be forced to cross rivers of blood that reflect not water, but your own past, making you relive every moment of pain you caused. You will walk through vast echoing caverns filled with the desperate whispers of every soul that failed the journey before you. That gods will test your will by crafting powerful illusions from your darkest memories and greatest fears. This is the final trial, a test to see if the courage you showed earlier was merely a mask, or if it was something real and true, forged in the core of your being. You must prove that your worthiness is not a fleeting moment, but an eternal state. Finally, after surviving all 12 hours, After facing your deepest self and proving your worth, you reach the Hall of Reeds. The oppressive darkness gives way to a golden horizon. You see lush, green fields stretching out forever under a sky that glows with the light of an eternal sunrise. If you have made it this far, you have earned your place among the blessed dead. Here, you are reunited with your loved ones who also passed the trials. You will live in perfect peace, free from fear, pain, and want. And watching over this eternal paradise stands Osiris, the silent king of the afterlife. The god who himself endured death and resurrection ensures that only those souls who lived their lives with truth, balance, and purpose can earn their place in these golden fields. The Egyptian afterlife is not a simple journey from death to paradise. It is a profound reflection of your life itself. Every choice you made echoes through the halls of the Doot. Every action returns to be judged. And ultimately, every soul must face itself completely before it can ever hope to face the gods. If you want to hear more myths from the underworlds of ancient cultures, comment which realm we should explore next. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next legend. Thanks for watching.